Hi, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 4th, 2024 new moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by more people, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. I look forward to helping you with any question that you have. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Leo. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Now, if you've been here for a while, you're going to be doing things a little bit old school, the old Dane way, which one of you lovely viewers reminded me of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. And you are absolutely right. It's time to get back to my roots. Let me just make sure you can see everything. Okay, we're going to pull this down just a little bit so that you can see the crowning card. Can you see that? Okay, that's better. All right, so we're going to just turn everything over all at once. This is the Eight of Swords reversed. We have the Princess of Wands, the Page of Wands, the World, the Ten of Swords reversed, the Two of Wands, the Ace, the King of Wands. Okay, that's you coming through as a king, which is awesome. You're coming through also as an unwilling page, like an unwilling student. So do be aware of that. The moon is reversed here. Interesting, because the moon is in Leo. And we can also feel uncomfortable, not very uncomfortable, but uncomfortable with a moon in Leo because we are ruled by the sun. So the moon, opposite of the sun, right, can be difficult for us to have that energy come forward in the moon. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Wands reversed. We have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. We have the Queen of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Cancer energy ruled by the moon is a water sign energy. And then we have the Two of Swords. So I like those sickles together. Okay, let's just see here. Okay, perfect. All right. So it's very interesting with this whole entire time is what we're going to see is that this is a release of getting out of our own head and getting out of our own way. And as we do so, we start to see ourselves transforming and becoming more of the ruler that we wanted to be. But fear has been holding us back for a very long time. And there's a sense that as fear has held us back, this new moon in Leo, which the new moon is in Leo. I don't know if I said full moon before. I do apologize if I did. This new moon in Leo is is moving us towards our creativity and towards our drama, which Leo, we love that anyway. We love the drama. We love the intensity of it all. We love the power of it all. Like just that creative power, that intense, like, you know, creation creation I want to say creation myth coming forward. That is going to be so important to us during this moon and during this time. But we kind of want to hurry up and get to the end of the story, like get to the whole, okay, I put it all together, instead of knowing that there's going to be steps and steps along the way. So being aware of this during this time, that we have to slow it down, that's going to be very important and a very common theme during this moon. Now we have Caraclo. Okay, Caraclo is very closely opposing both the sun and the moon, and Caraclo is the largest asteroid in our solar system. Caraclo is also the wife of Chiron. Chiron is the healer. When we have in our chart, when we have our Chiron is our wound. It is the wound that we are born with, the wound that we are healing. And Caraclo is the healing force of the universe. It's kind of like that loving deity entity in all religions, in all spaces, that wants to see you healed, complete, and empowered. And that is so important for us during this time, because as we're healing, we're creating. And as we're creating, we're stepping into our sacred feminine self, our sacredly empowered self, and it's going to open up the doors in ways that we hadn't realized we needed it to. It doesn't matter how we identify ourselves in this world. It matters that we connect with that energy and that spirit and that tenacity, because it's going to move us forward in a way that we didn't realize we were missing. So that's going to be very much a big deal. Now, also be mindful, because during this time, Mars is in Gemini, and that can make our interactions, especially online, a little bit toxic, a little bit, caustic. We can get intense. So being aware of this is also going to be super important during this time. But there's beauty in drama. And not the drama that we create, like interacting between us as people, but the drama of just simply getting out of bed in the morning and having a new day. That is going to be beautiful for us. And if we slow it down, and the moon tells us, slow it down, if we slow it down and we start to see, we will start to see the most beautiful, compilations, the most beautiful, coming togethers in the most mundane things. And that is going to be wondrous. So let's see what Spirit has to say. We'll dive deeper into the cards, of course. And if you are interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a butterfly in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced at random. So good luck to everyone. And know that the announcement will be made on this channel, nowhere else, via video. So don't be fooled by anybody. Here we have Invigorate, and this is Juniper. Invigorate, I just got Jupiter. So with Juniper Berry, Jupiter energy coming in, strong Sagittarius, link with that Jupiter rules Sagittarius. There is this sense here, Leo, of embracing our greatness, of embracing being empowered. This is going to empower us if we slow down. And it almost seems like if we calm and steady ourselves, we can see ourselves growing in a way that we didn't think we could. And it moves us then to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is balance reverse. And I can see that with the sun and the moon both in Leo, it can be very overpowering energy, right, for us. And we can feel out of balance because it's so geared towards Leo that we feel like too heavy in one spot, too heavy in the other spot. So the scales are out of balance, or like, however we want to envision the balance being out of balance. That's how it is. And so here with the root chakra, it is knowing that we need to look at the root of ourselves, planting ourselves, balancing ourselves, harmonizing ourselves. That is going to be a very, very, very important thing. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. So this is the Two of Cups. So there's a healing that we are having a hard time receiving during this time. And just being aware of that there's something here that is a coming together of the sacred masculine, the sacred feminine, the insight of ourselves. And it's hard for us to connect with, and it's hard for us to be empowered by. So being aware of this is going to be very important during this time where there's a healing coming forward, but it's difficult to take and it's difficult to see. We are crowned with a release of overthinking, overanalyzing, kind of tearing everything apart. And that is going to be a very good thing for us. So we're getting out of our own head and we're getting out of our own way. There is a real sense here of a freedom coming forward that only comes forward during quiet, but it also comes forward during seeing our fears and what has held us back in the past. We need to connect with our inner child self. That is going to be just hugely important during this time and during this moon, because there is a sense of the new moon representative of the womb. So when we are in the womb, when we are in the womb of our creation, our existence, our ideas, this is a time to come together with ourselves. But we want to be pushing things forward, running, going after, what we want, going after the bigger picture. So we're going to want to push away from that. So Spirit is saying here, hey, be mindful, because this is a time to come into ourselves, to see ourselves, to be empowered by ourselves. And as we do, the world will be opening to us. But as we're looking at things, it's also like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that it could be this expansive. I didn't realize that there were these many choices. And we need to look at ourselves and say, where's my passion? Where's my fire? What do I want? Because there's something here during this time and during this moon, during the 4th of August, where we're setting our intention, not just for the next 15 days till the full moon, but we're setting our intention for the next 6 months. And when we have the full moon in Leo, so when we see ourselves embracing our world, embracing ourselves, we're looking at a bigger picture and we're looking at a bigger plan. So there's a real sense of looking at the long term. But in order to look at the long term, we also have to see where we came from and what we have been through. It's like an honoring of ourselves. There's almost like a sacred ritual with who we were, who we are becoming, and where it is that we want to be. And as we do this, there is this real sense of a release of all the poison that has been thrown at us, that has been, embedded in us, that has put us down or held us back. And now we're going to see ourselves walking through a doorway that we didn't even know existed. It wasn't like it was closed to us. We didn't even know it was over there. So it's almost like, one of those hidden doors, when you're going to like a speakeasy or something like that, and it's a hidden door and a hidden this, and it's going to seem almost like magic. It's like, wow, I didn't know this was there, and I didn't know that this could come forward into my life. And as we're doing this, we're entering into the power of ourselves, the King of Wands, our power, our tenacity, our fire, our real sense of this is where I need to be for me, and this is what I want for me. So there's a real sense of looking at our transformation as well, looking at the bigger picture of where we're going and what we're seeing for ourselves. And as we do this, there is a sense of, but what about the fear? Because there's a wish that we have had that we crossed our fingers for, that we did not get. And it has led us to looking at the past and looking at the future and having a really hard time standing in the presence right now. And as we look at this, as we look at the fears that have overpowered us, there's almost a sense here that the moon is telling us, hey, stop fighting, stop trying to control, stop trying to, make it one certain way. Because once you step back, you're going to see, it's like you're holding back a bowstring. And once you release, okay, you're going to be like, oh, wow, my arm doesn't hurt as much. But you're also going to see that starts a chain of actions. And that's where we want to be. We want to be moving towards this place of action, towards this place of intensity. The Queen of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Okay, we have Pisces energy reversed here. So we can be having a difficult time with Pisces if we have Pisces in our chart, if we have Pisces in our life. It is a time frame of February 19th to March 20th. And here with the moon, with facing our fears, it can be something from that time frame, right? But here with the Queen of Cups, it's also emotional manipulation. All right. When the Queen of Cups are reversed, it's somebody who has a lot of power over the heart, or who is very good with emotions, that knows how to hurt, how to wound, how to stab, how to, annihilate. And so just be really mindful about this during this time, especially with ourselves, right? We're going to be much more forthright about things because the sun can't hide. The sun does not hide like the moon can. The moon can have, different faces hiding, coming forward. But we have the moon reversed here. And there is a sense of how do we not silence, but how do we dim and raise the power of our sun, the power of ourselves. And that's going to be something that we're looking at during this time, Leo. It's not that we have to dim ourselves. It is that we are aligning ourselves with where we want to be and how we want to move forward, and also not exhausting ourselves by putting so much passion and so much fire forward. And this is going to be a moon of balance for us. What is balancing what is out of balance. And it is also going to show us a path that we didn't know needed to open to us. And it's going to be looking at things in a way that we didn't know we needed to see. It was like we were walking on this one path and we were walking this one way. And as we're looking at things in a very different way and in a very different understanding, it's like, oh, I don't need to be doing this anymore. I don't need to be playing this game anymore. I don't need to be held back like this. And it's like this is of a moon of serenity, because it brings us peace, because it brings us such a revelation. And as it brings us this revelation, it's like, I choose me. I see me, I choose me, and I'm inspired. And we're going to be very drawn to people who have the fire to them, who have that spark to them, who has that tenacity to them. That is going to really, really talk to us during this moon and during the month of August. So just be aware of this during this time, starting off with that strong connection, and it's going to stay through. So let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. Right here, we have balance, yes, self-love, and darkness. Yeah, that's exactly what we just said in this reading, which is awesome. Absolutely awesome. That spirit said, we don't like the darkness of the moon. We don't, because it is hard for us as being ruled by the sun to embrace the darkness of the moon. So that's going to be something that throws us a little bit out of balance and shows us fear, shows us doubt, shows us, a bit of chaos that we don't really want to be seeing. So do be aware of that. The self-love comes into play. If you love yourself, if you embrace the love of yourself, and if you even say, Dane, I don't love me right now, not saying that as a bad thing, saying that as like, okay, now I'm going to be in love with me again. Now I'm choosing to love me because I realized, oh, I fell out of love with me along the way. And the one person with us from beginning to end is ourselves. So loving ourselves is a really good idea, and it brings us back into balance. It brings us back into harmony. We start off with this moon aligning us, and it's a little bit painful. It's a little bit overwhelming. It's a little bit showing us too much. It's like too much reflected forward, even though it is dark. And it's going to be surprising how we embrace this. So let's see what else the moon has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels. Okay. A personal issue reaches resolution. Yeah, you are good enough. Communication is key. A win-win outcome is forecast. That's the balance coming into play again. You are good enough. That equates to the self-love. The darkness, a personal issue reaches resolution and commitment is being tested. Here we have communication. No, not commitment is being tested. Okay. Sorry, a lot is coming in quite quickly. Commitment is being tested. So just know that our commitment to what we want and how we want to move forward, we need to communicate that. If not with anybody else, we need to communicate that with ourselves. That is going to be a very important thing. You are enough. And that can be very triggering. I always tell the story of when I first used these cards all those years ago, the moon cards. When I read this, I was so offended. I was like, I'm good enough. Like I have so much more I want to achieve, much more I want to go, places I want to go, places I want to see, that kind of thing. Like I don't want to be stagnant. And that's what my mind heard when I heard I was good enough. It was like, okay, that's the end of the road. No, it means I love me just the way I am. And so saying that to yourself and being able to mean it in this crazy, chaotic world, that's astounding. And that's a superpower. So connecting with I am good enough, that's a very powerful thing. And if it triggers you, like it triggered me, it made me really angry at the beginning. Why is that? Because a personal issue is reaching resolution and there's a win-win outcome that's forecast. There's balance coming into play. And you're going to see that this is a moon that jumpstarts transformation. Write down your intentions, and look 6 months to now. Keep that. And so 6 months now, when you can see on the full moon in Leo, you can see how far you've come and how you've been guided by the intentions that you've set down. And keep them close to your heart. Don't forget about those intentions because you can mold yourself, shape yourself, be guided by them. And that is an extraordinary thing. It moves us to our subconscious message. We have here stabilize. We need to stabilize ourselves. And I guess let's just put that right here. That's grounding us. St. John's wort, here, stabilization, stabilizing ourselves, harmonizing ourselves, bringing us forward. It brings us to our chakra energy, which is the Earth Star chakra, located 6 inches below our feet. This is Mother Earth. This is healing. This is compassion. This is love, guiding us forward. It's grounding yourself. It's getting out. It's touching earth. It's getting out in the sunlight. It's eating whole foods. We have the 7 of Wands reversed here, and we have the 7 of Wands reversed here. It's very interesting. We need to be mindful because we're walking away from fighting, and we can think of that, Leo, because we are a fire sign energy. We are a lion. Lions, what do lions do? They fight. They're intense. They're fierce. We can think that stopping fighting is giving up. It's like, well, I just stopped fighting. It's like, no, you didn't give up. You didn't lose. You said, I'm not going to stand on the edge of this cliff, constantly waiting for people to bombard me. I'm not going to do it. I'm walking away, and I'm choosing peace. I'm choosing harmony. I'm choosing love. When people attack, I'll stand up for myself. But I'm standing in my power, in my glory, and in me. It moves us then to our subconscious tarot message, which is the Tower reverse, which is absolutely beautiful to have come forward. We have come out of a tower time, but our mind, our energy sometimes doesn't realize that, right? It's like, oh, I'm still in that tower time. Things can still fall apart. We can have fear, anxiety around us. We do because of the moon reverse. We do have that fear and anxiety around us. It's being reiterated because of the tower reverse. And what we're going to see here is that we're learning how to rebuild. Things are going to be forever different. We have been forged, but it doesn't mean that things are going to be bad. It doesn't mean that at all. And it brings us, oh, good golly, Miss Molly. I mean, look at this. This is the new moon in Leo. This is us coming forward. This is the exact time that we're in on August 4th. And this is confidence is your key to success. And that's just the truth of it all, Leo. And it brings us here to wisdom reverse. We don't have to be wise, and we don't have to think ourselves wise. Okay? But if we are confident within ourselves, not foolhardy, but if we embrace our confidence and we look at the past and we learn from our mistakes, then you know what we are? We're wise. And it doesn't matter if we see ourselves that way or not, we are. And so we move forward in our presence with dignity, respect, and determination. All right. All right, Leo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Leo. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless, and have a blessed moon. Bye.